Alrighty, so today we're going to be having a look at average seasonal indices, right? What we've only been looking at is 1 year at a time. But in this case, we've actually got 3 years worth of data. So the question is, how do we determine the seasonal indexes if it's going to change each year? Right, for the 2016 for summer, it might be 32, but then the next time it might be a little bit above or below. So we need to make sure that our seasonal indices can work. So to work out the average seasonal index, it's going to be the average of multiple years of seasonal indexes. So we need to work out multiple seasonal indexes before we'll get our answer. Alrighty, so the first thing we need to do is work out the yearly average for each year. So let's just do that in a quick table over here. Alright, it's going to be 32 plus 60 plus 50 plus 38 divided by 4 because there's 4 years. And we get 45 for 2016. And now we're going to work out the average just for 2017. 48 plus 70 plus 60 plus 52 all divided by 4. And I'll repeat that for 2018 as well. Alrighty, so I've now got 3 yearly averages. One for 2016, one for 2017, and one for 2018. So now what we're going to do is we're going to compare them to each of those individual years. So let's work out the seasonal indexes for each of these different years. Alrighty, so I like to do it as a giant table, and then I can just do my calculations within that table itself. So let's take the 2016 year first. So the average was 45. So just like before, we're going to go 32 over 45. Then we're going to go 60 over 45. Then we're going to go 50 over 45. And then we're going to go 38 over 45. So it's just doing it for the top row using the average we worked out. Alrighty, so calculator time. Alrighty, so you can see I've got my 4 seasonal indexes just for the first year, 2016. A good quick check that you could do is adding up all 4 of them and check that you get pretty close to 4. Could be a little bit above or below just due to rounding, but it should be about 4 because there are 4 seasons for 2016. Now we're going to repeat the process, but for the 2017 data. So for the 2017 data, we're going to be starting with 48 divided by the yearly average for this year, which was 57.5. And then we're going to continue repeating this process. 70 over 57.5, and we'll do 60 over 57.5, and then we will do 52 out of 57.5. You can see there's a lot of calculations being done. Back to the calculator. Alrighty, so we now have all of the seasonal indices for 2017, and you'll notice that they're similar to the seasonal indices in 2016, but not identical. Alright, now we're going to do this once more for the sales data in 2018. So for 2018, the average was 52.7, and for the December-February period, the 45 was the initial value. So we'll go 45, we're looking at this row, and we're looking at this average. And then we're just going to, 5.25, 52.5, and repeating 65 out of 52.5, 55 out of 52.5, and then finishing the year with 45 out of 52.5. Calculator time. Alrighty, and we have now got our completed seasonal indexes for each of the years and each of the seasons. But we didn't want to work out just the seasonal indices. We actually wanted to work out the average seasonal index over the period. So now that we've worked out all of the seasonal indexes, we're now going to average vertically to work out what's the average seasonal index for December to February, March, May, June, August, September to November. So for the first season, December to February, we're going to take the 3 values from there, 0.71 plus 0.83 plus 0.86. And since there's 3 of them, we're going to divide by 3. So for the first season, the average seasonal index is 0.80. Alrighty. And now we're just going to repeat that process for each of the other seasons. So I like to write all my notes first, work out what exactly I'm averaging. So you can see each column has been averaged. And then from there, you can go through and actually use your calculator to finish off the calculations. Alrighty, and there we go. Those are our average seasonal indexes for the periods being December to February, March to May, June to August, and September to November. It does take a little bit of time, however, but in the end, none of the steps are that difficult. Step 1 is calculating averages. Step 2 is just doing a bunch of seasonal index calculations. And step 3 is then just averaging those seasonal index So in the end, none of the steps are that tricky. It just takes a little bit of time. So I'll see you on the next one. Bye.